What is your perspective of what Major League Baseball is attempting to do? Certainly, since Garrett Cole has been right there in the front and center in the middle of all of this, Michael.
I don't like it. I understand why they're doing it. The thing I don't like about it is why you're doing it in the middle of June. Because you're asking pitchers to change something that they've been doing for a long time. Even those that don't weaponize it into spin rate, there are people that actually use stuff on the ball to get a grip. And now you're asking them not to do that. And if you believe Tyler Glass now, it could have really negative consequences as well. But I do understand what they're doing because the first 2 months of the season, it was really tough to watch baseball. There's no action, fastball, strikeout, fastball, walk, fastball, home run. That's not good. It's not good for the game. There's very little action, very little balls put in play. So they had to do something, and I think they were desperate. That's why they're doing this in the middle of the season.
Yeah, because I think somebody took it too far. I mean, people were taking it way too far. I mean, that's spider tack stuff. I've seen videos about what it actually is. You know, general contractors use it to build houses. I mean, pitchers shouldn't use it to get a grip on a baseball. I mean, that's just insane.
Well,
Michael.
I was told by a couple of people that the grip that the pitchers had on baseballs, like last year you could really tell because the ballparks were empty, which was terrible. But if you've ever ripped Velcro, that's what it sounded like, a ball coming off a pitcher's hand. That's how much adhesive they had, and that does increase spin rate. So spin rate is something that makes a pitch a little bit more unhittable, and that's why you saw a batting average for the entire Major League Baseball equal to what it was in 1968. So something had to give rather than moving the mound back 2 feet or a foot or anything like that, and this was their first step.
What are you hearing about the actual manner in which they're going to, check for this stuff? Like,
they're going to have strip searches, which is going to be fun, but it's going to be an R-rated game. I don't know. Nobody really, even yesterday speaking to the media, Garrett Cole wasn't sure exactly how they're going to enforce this. But, I mean, if we worry about pace of play, Rich, really not good to keep stopping the game to check a pitcher. So I hope they do that between innings or whatever the case may be. Well, but it's going to be ugly.
It's not just it's not pace of play anymore. It's quality of play. I mean, you just said it. I mean, there was a game. Look, I say it to you on the air. I text it to you off the air. I truly mean it. Like you're the voice in my house, maybe more than mine. You know, I mean, we're constantly watching Yankee games, and there was an inning where I think it was Yankees-Rays, 9th inning, game on the line, 2 men on, 2 men out, and a ball had yet to be put in play. You know what I'm saying? And even the exciting stuff, you got this feeling in your gut saying something's off here. Something's just not right. Even when the excitement is there, Michael, there's something has to be done. Something had to be done.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering.
A lot of people complain about the launch angle and the 3 true outcomes, but smarter people than me have come up with the fact that against the pitching the way it is right now, the best and most efficient way to score is to hit a home run, because you're not going to string together 5 or 6 hits with one reliever after the other coming in from the bullpen hitting 98 miles an hour. And in case that stops, in the event that stops, then hitting will return to the game, and also you might have to outlaw shifts. And I hate to legislate against people being smarter than other people, but I think that's what you do, because the bottom line is you've got these Ivy League grads finding the most efficient way to win, but they are not entrusted with making the game entertaining.
No.
The most efficient way to win is not the most entertaining way.
But that's, I'll push back on that, even though you might not believe that. But Michael Kay here on the Rich Eisen Show, and we'll talk about Center Stage in a second, his new book about his interviews with some of the best and brightest right here on the Rich Eisen Show, Michael Kay. I'm going to push back just a little bit here, because the Yankees of the Torre era, they put the ball in play. They always put the ball in play, and they never really had a league leader in home runs, but they did hit home runs. But everybody did, and they had pitching. So do you think the Yankees of those years that you were calling, Michael Kay, could win now in baseball?
Paul O'Neill thinks they could win. But I will tell you this, it's a lot harder to hit now than it was then.
Really?
So I understand your pushback. It's not really even pushback. It's almost a confirmation. The game has changed so much that you remember those teams, Rich.
Yeah.
What they would do is they would work the starting pitcher to the point that the starting pitcher would be knocked out in the 5th inning.
Right.
And then they would beat up on the underbelly of the bullpen. There is no underbelly of bullpens anymore. Everybody throws 95 miles an hour it's hard to hit. It just is. I don't know if you can hit like that. Now, O'Neill claims, he said on the air, anybody who says they can't take the ball against the shift is lying. But then I've had Mark Teixeira on my show, and he goes, it's not that easy to do, and also I'm paid to hit over the shift, not through it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.